Hello and welcome to Lighthouse Tarot, where we embrace the light within ourselves and within others. I'm your host, of course, Willow. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. If you're an old subscriber, thank you for coming to this video. I really appreciate every view, every like, and every subscribe I get to my new channel because I recently got locked out of my old channel, so everyone followed me over here and I really appreciate it. But without further ado, today we're going to do a video on Scorpio Risings. So what does it mean when you're a Scorpio Rising? What planets are ruled by Scorpio Rising? And how does this affect you growing up as a child, as a teenager, as an adult? So, Scorpio Rising. Scorpio Rising is ruled by the planet Pluto and the planet Mars. So Pluto is everything underworld, everything taboo, everything dark, it's secrecy, and everything hidden. And Mars is a masculine planet. Mars is assertive energy. Mars is warrior energy. Mars is traditionally ruled by Aries, and Aries is the planet of Aries is the sign of go, go, go. Like, let's get it done. Let's action, fit your physical body, right? So with Scorpio risings, one thing you can notice is it's kind of hard for them not to take action when they need to stand still. When they need to stand still and kind of like chill out, calm down, that's when they want to take action on some certain things because they feel like, oh, I need to take action. I need to move my physical body. And it's very important that Scorpio risings keep an exercise regimen. Exercise routine, if you will, because of Mars, this affects their body. If their body isn't feeling good, then their mental health isn't going to be feeling good. So I strongly encourage you, if you're a Scorpio rising, to exercise every day, at least 30 minutes. At least if you can't do 30 minutes, maybe 10. And this will really help your mental health get to where it needs to be. But yeah, with that Mars planet so strongly pushed in Scorpio rising, we make it a way into where we can get to where we need to get. If we feel like we don't like our job, well, instead of just quitting in the moment, we can strategize how we need to get where we need to get, because it's a very passionate planet and we feel all that passion around us as a Scorpio rising and all that intensity energy. With that intense energy, we can strategize skillfully because we have that secrecy there from Pluto. We can strategize where we need to go. We can get a second job, and then once we like the second job more, we can quit the first job and then move to the second and then go to where we need to go. We can have the one job and then have a side job where we have a side hustle and then eventually make that side hustle the full-time job, right? So when we're ruled by Pluto, though, we love everything taboo. We love things that are underworld. We love things that are like astrology, that are pagan, and what have you. So I wrote a few notes down on Scorpio rising. We also have that Scorpio risings protect themselves in childhood and felt like they couldn't trust people, so that makes them very secretive. So you probably had a very intense childhood as Scorpio rising, probably very traumatic, or there are some things that happened that created trauma, because your trauma is different than my trauma. Something that happened to you that may be traumatic might not be traumatic to me, so do keep that in mind. With the Scorpio rising, it could have been traumatic just moving one time and leaving all your friends behind and starting over, or for someone it could have been traumatic because they had an abusive father, mother, stepfather, stepmother, or something like that. One thing I really like about Scorpio risings is they have an intense gaze. When they look at people, it's like they're looking through a mirror and they're reflecting back that person, whatever is on the inside. So if someone doesn't like you and they don't like you staring at you, it's because they don't like themselves, because you're simply a mirror reflecting reflecting back what they have inside. So they may have inside maybe anxiety and depression, they're going to see that on you. Or maybe they have a lot of darkness, they're going to see that on you. Or maybe they have a lot of light and they have a lot of warm-hearted energy, they're going to get that with you. Pluto is a very polarizing planet too, so with Scorpio rising, you're going to have a love or you're going to have a hate reaction from people. Take Justin Bieber, he's a Scorpio rising. A lot of people are believers and really love and adore him, and then a lot of people hate on him for no particular reason. It's not because of his music, it's not because of his aesthetic, they just hate him as a person. But equally to that, there are other people that love him for no reason. sure they love his music, but they love him as a person just for him being him, just for him existing. So you see what I'm saying with that love-hate reaction? That comes from Pluto, and that comes from polarizing and having that aura around yourself since you were a child, a teenager, an adult. So you're very good at, we already went over the strategic plan. You love astrology, and you're very interested in what's not talked about in the world. You weren't able to show people how you really felt growing up, so you create a protective shield. Learning to be more vulnerable and putting yourself out there is hard for you. So as a Scorpio rising growing up, you probably weren't able to show your true self to other people. And I'll give an example. My dad was a pastor, so during the time while he was in his ministry, I had to look a certain way for the family. I had to look all prim and proper and wear pink and wear dresses and be modest and what have you, when really I was going through an emo phase and I just wanted to wear all black with a studded belt and the little choker and the fishnet arms. That's all I wanted to do, and I couldn't be myself. I'd have to sneak around. I'd have to pack my clothes in my backpack and change during school and then change at the end of the day before I got picked up. It was crazy, right? But you're going to find as Scorpio rising growing up, you had to do a lot of things where you couldn't show your actual self, and that caused you to create a little shield around yourself. Think about the scorpion, our sign for Scorpio rising. The scorpion, it has a hard exterior and a soft interior, but before you can get to the soft interior, you have to go around the hard exterior, and that causes a lot of secrecy, a lot of privacy, because we feel like we can't be who we need to be, because growing up we had that pushback whenever we were ourselves. So you need to show your work more because your midheaven is in Leo. So midheaven in Leo makes for a very creative person. People see their creativity. Once you're gaining confidence, you can put your work out there. So having a Leo midheaven, having a Leo in your 10th house, since you have this automatically as a Scorpio rising, makes your work very creative, makes your work very bright, very beautiful, and it needs to be seen by other people. Your art needs to be seen and appreciated, but you might feel a little bit shy putting that art out there. So knowing this, I just encourage you, put your art out there. Do what makes you feel alive. Do what makes you feel creative when it comes to the art, when it comes to the arts. And once you get that out there, it's going to be appreciated by the public. It's going to be appreciated by your friends and appreciated by people all around you. You have a natural gift for research and investigation, and you have a natural ability to be more quiet. You do have, one thing about Scorpio risings is they do have a tendency to be jealous because they're possessive when they grew up. But knowing this, just being aware that you have a jealous side and adjusting to that can be easy. With Mars, it feels like life is a competition. How can you see beauty in the darkest moments of life? So you see beauty in the darkest moments of life, but having Mars so strongly in your chart, you feel like life is a competition, and you're like, oh my gosh, I have to do this, I have to do that. And that's not even true. Life isn't a competition. It's only you versus you, right? And growing to be a better side of yourself. So that was my take on Scorpio risings. Let me know if you like this video. Please subscribe. Subscribe if you want to. As always, I'm open for birth chart readings, for tarot readings, and all that good stuff. I love you guys so much. I hope you have a lucky Friday. Thank you and goodbye.